In 2021, we've lived through another challenging year. Not only COVID, but the floods recently in BC and a polarizing culture. But in the midst, we've seen the faithfulness of God, growing His church and bringing stability in the midst of the instability around us. We want to thank you for your faithfulness in giving and serving during this continued year of uncertainty. Through your obedience, we have seen God's faithfulness. Thank you. We recognize that this year has also brought challenges in employment, finances, and health. And with these challenges in mind, we want to introduce you to our Christmas giving projects to benefit our community locally and abroad. Every December, we raise funds to further the mission at Sonrise Church. This December, we're targeting $55,000 through this Christmas Giving Challenge. Our church has been involved in supporting several works in Africa well over 10 years. Hundreds of orphans and vulnerable children have received care. Many churches and buildings have been constructed. But in late 2018, our orphan care projects in Zimbabwe began to prioritize one central development project in hopes of providing sustainability through a farm at Lifordia. We've invested in fencing, boreholes, accommodations for workers, supplies, and greenhouses so that they can continue to produce a harvest of vegetables to sustain the orphan care and vulnerable children ministry. We want to see this ministry continue to grow and outlive our investment. This Christmas, we're challenging you to give so that our Zimbabwean friends can purchase an incubator and solar supplies that will have 4,500 eggs in it. As well, we need continuing supplies, equipment, and all of the things to keep their work sustainable at Lifordia Farm that's supporting around 700 orphans and vulnerable children. We ask your help to hit this goal of $15,000. Our elders believe that we need to be intentional about supporting workers and bringing the gospel to unreached nations. In 2001, a study showed that only 1% of all the dollars given to missions around the world went to unreached areas. That is, nations or people groups with less than 2% evangelical Christians. At Sonrise, we want to support global workers and projects that bring the gospel into these nations and people groups. We want to support ACOP workers Tom and Jenny Sobieski as they pioneer a new work in an island just off the east coast of Tanzania. They will begin in January 2022. As well, we want to support a number of new workers who are going to be forerunners planting a new mission in Morocco on the northwest coast of Africa, beginning in mid-2022. 2 of whom have already been approved by our fellowship and more to come. We want to be serious about getting dollars into the places where the gospel is not. Join us as we try to hit our goal of $20,000 for Unreached People Groups. Many of you know Bill Hogg, who leads Message Trust Canada. He's a partner at Sonrise, ordained with ACOP, and works alongside our national ACOP team. He works hard to raise evangelists in Canada, to further the Great Commission, and to take the gospel to Canada and the nations. Also by planting Eden teams in the most broken areas of Canada to see people saved and restored from brokenness. One such project will be pioneered in the Beverly area of Edmonton. This project will be a joint venture of Crosspoint Church and Message Trust and will be led by our very own Pastor Shem Moses. The neighborhood is adjacent from Crosspoint Church. They face many challenges, yet the beautiful residents include a large number of under-resourced new Canadians, single parents, people experiencing homelessness, and the working poor. This region also has higher levels of poverty, crime, addiction, and mental health challenges. Shem will serve as the Eden team leader through a base at Crosspoint Church to develop partnerships and relationships with local missionaries as a missionary to the unchurched people in the Beverly area. Together, we want to raise $10,000 to support Bill's work and to support the work of Pastor Shem as he pioneers that work in Edmonton. And lastly, we did a number of renovations on our building this year because our back wall was falling apart and because we needed to paint the building. A number of people have told me they think it looks great. Our fundraiser fell significantly short, so we would love to see another $10,000 come in to meet those needs that we spent earlier this year. Thanks and God bless as you pray and consider giving to our Christmas Giving Challenge.